reading about how much money you spent, how many different drugs you did. Do you feel fortunate to be here right now, Mike, that you made it through this and can celebrate 8 years of sobriety, which is incredible?
Yeah, you know what? I'm celebrating 8 years of sobriety, and I think that God definitely spared my story or spared my life so that I'm able to share my story. It's a very wild book. Once you pick up this book, you will not be able to put it down. But I really did a great job of hiding it, but not that great, because every single season MTV would pull me aside and they would be like, "Listen, do you have a problem, or can we help? Can we help you?" And eventually, in around season number 5, they gave me an ultimatum, which obviously is in the book as well. So I really think everyone's gonna really love this book.
You mentioned season 5, Mike. I think it was season 4 when you were in Italy, and there was that really infamous scene where you were got pissed off and you went and headbutted a cement wall. And I know you write in the book about the fact that you couldn't bring, because you were overseas, bringing the drugs with you was not an option.
Right.
Is that part of what was going on there?
Well, yes. Unfortunately, I misjudged my habit. I ended up smuggling around 500 Rockettes, which is a 30 milligram oxycodone overseas. And eventually I went through all those drugs. And around that time, when you saw that clip, it's a very famous clip, I was going through withdrawal because I ran out of drugs. And in Italy or overseas, they have different sort of prescription drugs out there. And I was literally going through withdrawal on live TV on the biggest reality show in the country.
What was the lowest point for you? Was it related to the addiction or more to being in prison? What was that low point?
My low point was in 2015 when I tried a drug that I never thought I was going to try. I eventually tried heroin at my lowest point. I had spent $500,000 on cocaine and oxycodone. I spent $1 million on lawyers defending the case, and if you start to tally it up, I eventually started to run out of money, and I was on a low point. I eventually tried heroin.